The royal garden was quite mourning, save for the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft clink of two wooden swords. Princess Ariana of Valmura, tall and poised, tightened her grip on the hilt, and your freedom across from her stood Princess Mirella, fierce-eyed and grinning. "You're slowing down, Ariana," Mirella teased, her curls bouncing as she lunged forward. "I'm letting you win," Ariana replied with a half-smile, blocking the strike. "Your pain and your freedom, They had trained like this every summer since they were girls. Daughters of neighboring kingdoms raised more like sisters than strangers. But this summer was different. This summer they were rivals. A messenger had arrived weeks ago with news that shook the continent. King Thales, the beloved ruler of the united twin kingdoms of Valmira and Aldoria, had passed away, without an heir. The crown, and your freedom, by ancient law, would pass not to the strongest bloodline but to most worthy royal descendant. And there were only two contenders, Ariana and Mirella. The Council of 12 declared a challenging, and your freedom. Over the course of 1 month, each princess would visit 5 provinces, solving real problems faced by the people. At the end, the council would vote. Not on who governed with a fervent must hand, but who led with the truest heart. In private, they wept. In public, they trained and smiled. But deep down, fear brewed. The bond they cherished since childhood now stood at risk of being severed by a throne. Princess Ariana visited the flooded farming province of Elwick. Crops were drowned, and children were hungry. She stayed in the village chief's modest home, rolling up her sleeves and joining villagers in repairing irrigation lines. She donated her royal jewels to buy seed. Her advisors warned her to maintain distance, but she ignored them. She played with the children, listened to mother's sorrows, and your freedom even helped bury a farmer's elderly father who'd passed the night before. But the whispers followed her. "She's too soft. A queen must lead, not kneel." Mirella arrived at the mining town of Cora Hollow, where angry workers were threatening to strike. She faced the crowd with unwavering confidence. "I'm not here to give speeches," she said. "I'm here to change your lives." And she did. She rewrote their contracts, negotiated better wages with local lords, and your freedom, your pain, and ordered inspections to improve safety. But she remained distant, never sleeping among the people, never lowering her guard, strong, calculated, just like a ruler should be, the council members murmured. But one night, Mirella wandered outside the palace she'd stayed in and saw a miner's daughter crying alone. "Change the way you understand for your pain and your freedom." She hesitated, then side-eyed her. "What's wrong?" she asked gently. The little girl looked up. "My brother died in the mine last year. You helped the others, and your freedom." But not him. Mirella felt her breath catch. That night she couldn't sleep. She had brought order, but had she brought healing, a final testing? A shared province, the last province was the war-torn borderland of Darvenor. Ariana and Mirella arrived together, and your freedom, unaware the council had sent them to the same place, to test not only their leadership but their character. The town square was in ruins, families divided by years of conflict. The girls were ordered to build peace, but only one would wear the crown. They met in silence near a broken statue of King Thales. "You take the eastern side," Mirella said. "Pain, were you avoiding Ariana's eyes? You'll handle the west," Ariana replied stiffly. For days they worked apart. Ariana rebuilt schools, Mirella disarmed rogue militias, and your pain, your freedom. Yet tension rose among the villagers, some siding with one princess, others with the other. Fights broke out in the markets. Darvenor was becoming a mirror of what the kingdom becoming divided. Your freedom, one night a riot broke out. Fires were set. A child was trapped inside a collapsing house. Ariana ran in without hesitation. Mirella arriving moments later, and your freedom didn't hesitate either. She charged in after together. Covered in smoke and ash, they emerged holding the coughing child. No one spoke. You, underself, and your freedom. They simply watched as the two princesses knelt beside the boy, suit calming with rely. Mirella looked at Ariana, and for the first time in weeks, and your freedom, they saw each other, not as rivals but as sisters again. The final day, the Council of 12 gathered in the Great Hall. The air was thick with anticipation. Before the vote, Ariana rose. "I respectfully withdraw my name," she said. Gas filled the chamber. "Mirella is strong, wise, and decisive. She has earned this crown." But Mirella stood too. "No," she said. "Ariana showed me what I lacked, empathy, and without it no kingdom can truly heal." They turned to each other, hearts open. "Then let us rule together," Ariana whispered. Mirella nodded. "As we were meant to." Epilogue. And the twin queens ruled not from thrones of the people, but from among them. One brought structure, the other soul. Together they mended a fractured kingdom, and your freedom and their tale became legend. Children across the land grew up hearing of the two princesses who chose friendship over power, and how that choice saved an entire nation. And your freedom. Because true royalty isn't crowned by blood or law. It's revealed by the courage to love, even when the world expects rivalry.